We are 1 year away from 2020 and the start of a new decade. What do you want to accomplish between now and then? Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Richard and it is my goal to help you live a creative life. On today's episode, we are going to do a recap of my 2018. And I have mixed feelings about the year 2018. There was some great parts, there were some bad parts, and there were some downright ugly parts. But as I look back at my year, there's a lot that I can learn from it and stuff that I am thinking about going forward into 2019 and the things that I want to accomplish before the start of a new decade. That is crazy to think about. Let's begin by talking about some of the good things that happened during 2018. At the end of 2017, I started working at Creative Live, where I was the editor on the Chase Jarvis Live YouTube show. If you're not following Chase, I would highly recommend checking out his channel. For me, Chase has been a massive influence on my professional career, and he really gave me the permission to make a living and a life as a creative professional. I don't think I would be sitting in this chair talking to my camera and talking to you if it weren't for Chase and him helping me get the permission to do this. So at the end of 2017, I was given the opportunity to join the team at Creative Live here in Seattle and help shape his YouTube show and help shape his podcast. And this was a massive opportunity for me, and it was one where I really have probably grown the most. It was something where I was able to grow every day, make a lot of work, and constantly be refining in a high-stress, pressure cooker-like environment. It was tough, it was challenging, but it's under those circumstances where I think we grow the most, and I found it as a great place to really hone my craft and grow as a creative professional each and every day. The other main thing that I feel like was a success in 2018 was my health. This was something I really started taking seriously in 2018, and it's something that I can plan on continuing doing in 2019. I'll get to that in a minute. In 2018, I've lost, I want to say, like 25 pounds. It has not been easy. It hasn't been something that has happened overnight, but it was something that I knew that I needed to start doing. It was something that I wasn't focusing on, and I was starting to feel it. Clothes weren't fitting right, my confidence was down, and I wasn't eating properly. But as I started working out, focusing on my diet, these things have changed, and to date I am down about 25 pounds, which I'm really, really excited about. Now I'm going to quickly talk about some of the bad things and the unfortunate things that happened in my 2018. 2018 for me, I have a lot of mixed feelings about. I grew a lot, but I've also had a few personal setbacks that I am frustrated on, and it's something I plan on working on in 2019. And the first major one was being laid off from Creative Live. I've already made a video about this, but in many ways this feels like a setback because I moved from Los Angeles to Seattle to take this job. I was only in the job for 10 months before I was ultimately let go as part of a restructuring. But in many ways for once in my life while working at Creative Live, I felt like I was making momentum. I felt like I was making strides in terms of my professional career, and it felt like I was finally in a position where I could move in the right direction, save some money, and start planning for other portions in my life. And I'm frustrated that this came to an end. I'm still kind of looking for work to a degree. I've definitely entered more of a freelance sort of stage right now, but that's not to say that I'm not frustrated by what happened. Like I mentioned, I felt like I was making some strides and finally making some movement in terms of other areas that I want to be focusing on. And now that things are kind of in a weird flux state where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. I have some ideas, but it's not going to happen overnight and it's going to take a minute. The other major area that I'm frustrated with and did not go well was my health. Up until the point of leaving Creative Live, I was hitting the gym about 5 days a week, 3 days lifting, 2 days doing cardio, and that sort of behavior really showed a difference in terms of my health. Now to date, I've gained 10 pounds back, and I did not hit my goal of hitting 180. I was supposed to hit this in September, and it's now the end of 2018, and I'm still not there. It's frustrating. There's things that I can look at in terms of what went wrong, but it's really now incumbent on myself to make these changes and make the improvements to really start figuring out how I can correct these things. So that's basically my recap of 2018. It's been an interesting year. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about it. The only thing that I know how to do is figure out how to go forward from here and learn from the things that I've experienced during the course of 2018. And the thing that I've been thinking a lot about is the notion that we have 1 year left in the 2010s. That's crazy to think about. And it's really started to make me think about it. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about this in the month of December, thinking about, okay, what are the things that I want to accomplish before we enter into the 2020s? We have 365 days to really make some positive gains in regards to accomplishing these goals. In terms of my goals for 2019, I want to focus more on making. I've been posting a ton of photos throughout 2018, but I need to get back into video. I need to start making more work that is important to me, because in doing so, I know that I will be able to find clients and be able to book clients that buy into those same ideas. I think for a long time, I really haven't been focusing on making a strong body of work for no one else but myself. And it's easy to lose sight of just trying to make money. And I was definitely doing that at Creative Lab. I was finally making, I felt like, a reasonable salary, but in turn, I wasn't making for myself. I was only making for myself in terms of photos, but I'm now in a position where I want to make more videos, and I want to find a way to make photos that really speak to my truth and my being and my perspective on the world. And I know that by doing this, I will find clients that love my work, and I'll be able to grow my freelance network. And that is the other major thing that I want to work on in 2019, is working more on freelance, finding clients that believe in my ideas, finding clients that want the sort of work that I'm doing. I also want to continue to focus on my health. Focusing on my health has been a huge part of 2018, and I want this something to be a part of my life in 2019 and going forward. I do not want to lose the progress that I've gained. I only want to improve upon that. And what that means is I'm going to have to keep going to the gym 5 days a week, lifting 3 days a week, 2 days of cardio, and I also need to be eating better. I need to be focused on eating more nutritious food and something more balanced in terms of my diet. I also need to be focusing more on the amount of effort I'm putting into the gym. Recently, I've been feeling like I've been slacking off a little bit, so we're going to fix that in 2019. The other two major areas that I want to be focusing on are relationships I have with others. How can I be investing in others? How can I be giving back to the communities that I'm a part of, and doing so with the expectation of getting nothing in return? I think this is huge. The whole idea of reciprocity. How can I give to my community without expecting anything? How can I be a service to my community? And this is something I've never really been thinking too much about until the end of 2018. And I know it's going to be something that I will continue to think about going into 2019 and 2020. How can I give to others? And finally, the other final area that I want to be focusing on in 2019 is my finances. I still haven't quite figured this out, but I know I need to be saving for my future. How can I be planning for my future? I'd like to buy a house one day. I'd like to take more vacations. I'd like to be financially well off. And I know that I need to be more conscious of that and how I can plan for that. Wealth isn't acquired overnight. It is something that takes time to grow, and money really grows over time in terms of compound interest. There's a whole Creative Live course on this. There's a ton of resources on the internet. I'm sure that you can find them. So that's my quick recap of 2018. Those were my goals for 2019. Remember, we only have 1 year left before we're going to be ringing in 2020 and a new decade. So this is really our last chance to really say, yeah, I did this thing in 2019. I've accomplished my goals. So I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions of what you hope to do in 2019 and what you hope to accomplish by the year of 2020. If you have ideas, if you have thoughts, put them in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions and how we can keep each other accountable. The beauty about this community that I'm trying to build here is I want to motivate you, and in turn I want you to motivate me. I want to have a relationship with you, and I want to find ways that we can be working on these goals together. So that's all I got for this episode of the vlog. Yeah, thank you for being part of this community, and if you are enjoying the content, hit like, smash subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And again, love to hear your thoughts and your opinions of what you hope to do in the year 2019. Anyways, Happy New Year. But as always, create, share, and sustain the life that you want. Get out there and make some awesome work. Thanks, guys.